Welcome to today's Pick a Card reading, and we are looking at messages from heaven today. So, whether it's a grandparent, oh my goodness, a little bug joined us. If it's a grandparent or a parent, or even a friend who has crossed over and really has an important message for you today, because whatever's happening in your here and now can always be assisted by the view of the angels and guides from the other side. I've prepared our decks. They're all shuffled up and ready to go. And these are your choices for cards this morning. Card number 1, receptivity. Card number 2, strength. And card number 3, believe. So which of these draws your attention? I will be putting timestamps into the description box and into the first comment, and I will also be adding resources for you. So let's get started. Our first card today, receptivity. So pull into your mind the person you would like to hear from. Who is it on the other side? Or is it an angel? What would you like to hear today? And your first card is going to come from the Archangel deck. See which angel is blessing your heavenly message today. Okay, let's see who we have. Oh, hello from heaven, Archangel Azrael. Now you saw me pick that out randomly. Isn't that something? I've had that feeling for a couple of days that today's readings were going to be very important for someone. And I'm grateful that Archangel Azrael is here working with us, because holding on to worry or holding on to things that we cannot change is never a good plan, right? So let's allow our Archangel Azrael to just sit right next to your draw. And then I have the Guardian Angel Tarot. And I want to draw this reading from the heart of the universe to you, because missing someone who has departed is such a personal journey. I have the sense that somebody watching this, it's very fresh for you. And I feel the message of being receptive to the fact that you're being spoken to, okay? Look at the identical pieces of the symbol, the wings wide open, the arms wide open, and even a physical resemblance between these two angels. But maybe in your background, it feels fake or phony to hear a message from the other side. So pile number one, your cards are telling you it's time to open yourself up to all possibilities. When you lost your person, it broke your heart. And it has been very slow to repair. This Ace of Fire card is like, remember when I used the Palo Santo in the beginning? To cleanse, using fire to cleanse. So there's a repetitive message going on here again, because these angelic figures are they're repeating themselves. And so part of your receptivity, pile one, is to be open and receptive to the fact that there is guidance from the other side, that you are being completely surrounded by angels right now. And you know what? I'm thinking of that quote. Remember the story about the person when they got to heaven, they saw two sets of footprints that were walking the person from the beginning to the end of their life. And the human asked God, well, sometimes I see there's only one set of footsteps, so obviously you deserted me. And God whispers back to the human, oh no, those were the times I was carrying you. Okay, so the message here is that you're trying to do too much on your own, and you really need to open your mind to the fact that angelic help is here for you. Okay, so let's draw 2 more cards and see what is your message. about being receptive. And we have our beautiful High Priestess. Let me put it here. Okay. Now notice here the repetition. Again, pile 1, you have so many echoing symbols in your reading. There's no question that the universe has seen the loneliness that you've been feeling and is reaching to you and promises a certain degree of maturity. Notice going from the Ace of Fire, which is this infant spark of new life, and then she's grown up into the intuitive High Priestess. So you have been blocked a bit, pile 1, and I think there may be a little bit of anger and disappointment of the loss, and your person is just pouring out to you light and wisdom and wishing for you to make progress. Okay, remember, this was your card that came out from the Archangel deck. So it's a double, not all of these cards mention heaven. In fact, I think this might be the only one. So could it be a coincidence that you're listening to this reading right now? I don't think so. Let's pull our last final card for you. Pile number 1, and then, yes, okay. So let's look at this a little bit more carefully. If you can open your heart and say, well, I'm not really sure about this, but I've decided that I want to give it a chance. Maybe the angels in heaven really want to communicate to me, and if they do, I'm willing to give it a chance. Okay, your receptivity is the answer. Now, with the Ace of Fire, this is what your heart is desiring: the happily ever after, prosperity, security, and tradition. So when the loss happened, this was shaken badly for you. It's understandable how you closed a door to spirit when you just weren't sure. However, what's happening next for you is as you allow yourself to let go of this and receive what the angels have for you, you're going to have an an upgrade in your intuition. How will you know? First of all, you will be less reactive. Once you allow that the angels are what's going to help you get where you're going, it's going to get easier and easier for you to let go of the people that have hurt your feelings, okay? Life deals losses, and they say there's only 2 sure things: death and taxes. And in a way, we giggle at that because we'd like to avoid it, but we can't. So let me finish with you with my beautiful pile 1, and I want to draw an Archangel Michael card for you. Let's see, I think they're over here. Yes, they are. Hold on. Archangel Michael, I feel, is like, if I could use the word like patron saint, I think Archangel is like the patron saint of my channel because he shows up all the time and I welcome him. So let's just grab another random card for you, pile 1, as you consider opening your heart. So if this sounds right for you, hit the thumbs up, throw some hearts in there, close the loop of this energy, and let's see what Archangel Michael has for you. Pile number 1, with the message from about receptivity. Oh, this one wants to come out. Okay, let's see what Archangel Michael has to say. Oh, yes. Eternal love. Help me perceive all of the love that surrounds me so that I can feel safe receiving, expressing, and giving love. This is like a key, because once you open up to angelic support and you realize that the loss you've experienced was a natural thing, there's nothing anybody could have done to prevent it, and it's time for you to reconnect to the guides. So your person on the other side probably was a little bit more open to spiritual matters than you have been, and for some reason you're on this reading today and you're getting that message of adjusting your receptivity. Okay, so let's go to pile 2 while I straighten out my table And pile 2, you have a really cool card. I'm going to point something really special because it's about strength. And when you do lose someone that passes, it demands tremendous strength for everyone. I'm a hospice volunteer, and I have been with people and sat with people who are ready to pass. And to me, I always felt like it was a birthing process. I felt when I sit with someone, I feel like it's a midwife as a hospice volunteer, because I do believe that the spirit passes from here to there, wherever there is. And it takes tremendous strength to be able to endure. Let me show you something cool about this card. Oops, my headset just fell out of my ear. But the strength card, look at that. The strength card was chosen to be the covering for this card. So whenever it comes out, I always feel like it's a double-edged sword, a double-edged card that is a strong message that the angels are concerned that you're doing too much on your own. If this feels like you might want to listen to pile 1, because it had a lot of the same messages about receiving help from the divine and reaching for help during these difficult times where your loved one has passed. So let me mix our archangel cards and see which archangel wants to come out for you today to bless you in this reading. Okay, so let me look and see here. I'm seeing this card here. It's trying to hide. So let me grab it and see which archangel is coming for you today, pile 2. Oh, great. Nice. So, creative writing. This is a card that frequently comes out when people are procrastinating about writing. They've thought about journaling and they feel guilty because they're not journaling, and they just kind of hate being told what to do. So this card, this reading, pile 2, is kind of for the rebels and the renegades, which are very much my energy, because I don't like to be told what to do, but I like to be shown what works. So with the creative writing, we have Archangel Gabriel here, who's saying, make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or a pen, an article, or a book. So the pile 2, I feel like your relationship with the person that has passed needs to be written down, all right? So you could do it quite simply. Did you ever hear of a story map? A story map is where you draw a circle on the middle of your paper, and you put your person's name in it, the person who has passed, and then draw spider arms out from the center circle and write down one of the things you remember about your loved one in each section. All right, so it'll look like it looks like a sun. So you've got the circle in the middle, and you draw out the rays and collect stories and ideas about your person. I have a feeling they had a wonderful sense of humor, that they brought great life and light to you. And even in heaven right now, they are just having a ball, and they don't want to see you suffering. So do yourself a favor, see if you can draw a couple of funny, amusing, or endearing stories about your person. There's something quite powerful about this request. Let me pick up our tarot cards here, and we will see what it is that the tarot has to add, okay? So let me just give these a quick little shuffle ruffle. See if any one of them are wanting to pop out and see. Let's pick this one and this one and this one. And I'm using the Guardian Angel Tarot today. I just wanted the angels to have every opportunity possible to speak to you, okay? So for pile number 2, we have that strength card covered by the creative writing. So let's see, let me move this a tiny bit. What is our tarot message? Okay, so we have the 8 of water, all right? interesting. Searching, empowerment, and fulfillment. I believe your guardian angel, pile 2, is guiding you exactly this way. See how the angel is coming to greet the person who's walking. So what that's showing me with this card is that as you walk away from the more painful parts of your memories and absolutely put into your attention following your angelic advice, that you are going to empower yourself. There's something in your past, it has to do with this person, that you don't fully understand. Let's pull the cards and see what else we have. Yes, the Knight of Air. Notice how she's bundled up for the cold. She is maybe has felt out in the cold, intellectual, determined, and motivated. A lot of times, pile 2, when you're dealing with processing an emotional situation, if you're too much in your head, have you heard people say that? Maybe even people said that too. You're just too much in your head. This can be hard when you're trying to recover from a loss, because intellectually you can only go so far, and your heart needs to be heard by you. Okay, so it's almost like this inner battle. How do I leave my sadness behind? And it comes through your writing. All right, so there is a journaling technique that I use. I call it the solution, because it's a divine dumpster. It's a place where you can take your complaints and your hurt feelings and you can transition them into more hopeful thoughts. So I'm going to give that link. It'll be in the comment box below when you revisit here with the timestamps. But it's fun sometimes to use talk to text when you're wanting to process something, and I'd love to share that with you. But let's look at your third card, pile number 2. And oh yes, thank you, universe, thank you, angels. The King of Water is what you're looking for. It's the mastery of emotion. When these, let's look here. In order to achieve a mastery over your emotions, you need to follow the leader, okay? What I like to think here is that this angel's walking backwards because he truly can see in all directions, and she needs the encouragement. So there's a part of your being that is thirsty to get through all of this. And as you faithfully take the steps, at the very least, grab a piece of paper and just write randomly thoughts about this person. It's going to help you. I don't understand how writing on paper helps move energy, but it does. What you can do is you can scribble. If you grab a piece of paper and simply scribble with a black crayon, you'd be amazed at how much energy can come out of you onto the piece of paper, okay? The angels live to serve our Lord, and they always are reaching to humans. There is no religion on the planet that would close the door to angelic presence. So this means for you that as you adopt the more intellectual side of yourself and allow a little education, because you're intellectual, but you don't know quite how to tap the softer side. But when you do, you're going to achieve that mastery. There's only one thing in your way, and that is when you're too much in your head, okay? So let me grab the Archangel Michael. As I said, I just so love Archangel Michael, and I regard him as the most powerful angel. Some people think it's Metatron, but I personally trust Archangel Michael as my main authority as far as angelic support. So let's take a peek here. There we go. Pick our Archangel card. Archangel Michael, what do you have for my dear pile 2? And we have, it's time to leave this unhealthy situation. So let me read it for you. Archangel Michael, what parts of my life do I need to focus on more closely right now? Thank you for helping me hear your answers and for giving me the courage to make healthy changes in my life. Yes, I have been a person who can get into my head, and I've had people tell me, you're too much into your head. You analyze too much. And I say, well, thanks for sharing. But how do I get rid of that? So these kinds of things that I'm able to do through my spiritual connection has helped me over time. So I wish that for you, my darling pile 2. So let's move on to pile 3. And thank you so much. I just love the attention, because the more energy that's pulled in here with us, it just empowers what it is that we're trying to accomplish, which is peace of mind. And sometimes you can tell when a person has peace of mind simply by their comments. Isn't that the truth? So our last card is one of my favorites because it's the belief card. And when you look at how big the divine is, God is bigger than big. God is bigger than pettiness and mean-spiritedness. God is an awesome God. And look at the little tiny figure here. Look at her in the boat. Oops. Can you see the little tiny figure? And the big divinity surrounding. When you lose your lost one and they go to the other side, you can feel like you're lost, like your sailboat doesn't have a sail, because you feel they've gone forever. Okay? So what this card is showing you is that there's a level of belief that you can get to, because belief in the power of God will do everything it needs to do for you. Okay, pile 3? And I always appreciate pile 3 because you're all so patient. Wait until the very end. You know, one day I'm going to start with pile 3, just to shock y'all. So I have my beautiful archangel cards here, and I've already shuffled them, but I'm just feeling I want to ruffle and shuffle one more time. Excellent. Okay, let's take a peek. Let's see here. Which card? Ah, there she is. Let's see which angel is going to bless you, my darling pile 3. And yes, remember who you are. Have you ever heard the quote that says, I am a spiritual being having a human experience? Yes. If you forget who you are, you can have a problem with mean-spiritedness. You can have a problem with some of the human, some religions call them sins, and like a sin is when you miss the mark. But God is love. And so if you forget how to be a spiritual being and you are too anchored in your human side, it's hard to be loving. It just is. People can use all kinds of excuses to not be loving. And if you have that going on in your life where you feel unguarded, you feel like something's let go of you and you don't have any anchor, believing in the afterlife, believing that there is heaven and that your loved one is there, will bring you great peace of mind. Your human side will not support that many times. You can see it right in our comments today. You can see that there is a very obvious lack of love that happens when people are too wrapped up in their humanity and their ideas about things, and they forget that they're a spiritual being having a human experience. So let's draw from our tarot cards. And one of the things that I've learned over time is in stained glass windows, because churches are filled with stained glass windows, aren't they? Do you ever think about that, how beautiful they are? Broken pieces of glass all put together so that the light shines through. And that is exactly why I love the art of these cards, because not one time did I walk into a church and look at the art and feel it was not directly from the heart of God. All creativity comes from the heart of God. Okay, so let's take a peek. What is our tarot reading for today. Card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. Okay. Thank you, guardian angel. Thank you for everyone that is pulled into pile 3 and wants to build their belief that they are a spiritual being and that the legacy of being spiritual brings you love, peace, and joy. Okay? And first we have the dreamer. So this card is absolutely the perfect card for you, pile 3, because it's a new journey. When your person left, they left a big gap, didn't they? And it's been hard for you to believe, because would a loving God take your person? Well, there's certain ways of thinking that the person wasn't taken away, they were taken home. And when your person, if you're a believer in heaven, this message is going to mean something to you. But if you don't, that's okay. A lot of atheists come and watch me, and I always wonder what they get out of it. But this one does show that fresh start. And so I'm grateful for that, that your guardian angel, even though what you went through was so difficult, and remember the little tiny figure in the boat? Your guardian angel is huge, and your future is bright. All you need to do is remember who you are. Oh, Archangel Michael, I didn't read this to you. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved, no matter what. No matter, even if you're in a bad mood or you're angry, upset, you're still loved by God. Isn't that fabulous? So here we have the beautiful 4 of fire. And so look at the playfulness and look at the child. So my gut feeling is for you, pile 3, you're a joyful person. You have had a lot of fun in your life. And then maybe part of you feels like you're in a cocoon, because ever since your loved one passed over, you have not felt very playful at all. And so the promise coming your way as you allow yourself to start life over without your person, you can do it. They know you can do it. They are 100% on your side. And it might be, pile 3, that your person might have belonged to a religion that was harsh or judgmental. Yes, that might be exactly what's going on here with the energy on this card, that this person was quite a judgmental person, and that when they passed, they look back and think, holy crap, what was I thinking? Because God is bigger than anything. And all the rules I used to follow meant nothing, because I am in total freedom now. And that's the love. That's your message. So be sure to, if you're in a religion that causes you to be upset or feels like a straitjacket, do an audit and make sure that your religion supports your spiritual reality. It might be a good step to take. Yes, Chariot. So I love this card because when you are willing, I love the willpower, when you're willing to adjust your personality to fit into your world, you're going to have an easier time. There's no question about it. Look at how this chariot is not on the ground, right? It's in the air. Again, this is the idea now. And pile 2 was all about being too much in your head. So if you're somebody who does overanalyze, you might want to watch pile 2. I kind of highly recommend it. But this one shows the determination to get through this, that you're sick and tired of being lost in this boat. You do miss your spiritual self. And so for sure, as you walk forward here, especially this week, and keep in mind, whenever you have a little bit of a mood, a little bit of a down moment, turn to prayer and ask the angels to guide you. Okay, pile 3, your ability to believe that your person is still living, breathing, and loving you from heaven. That's your mission. Let's pull one of our beautiful Archangel Michael cards to seal the deal. Let's do this one. I have heard, and I know it's true, there is a 911 in the Bible. So the 911 in the Bible is a Psalm 91:1. Okay, so those of you who love the Bible, you can absolutely check out Psalm 91:1, and that's what I call a religious 911, because there's lots of spiritual books. I don't have expertise on all of them, but I do know the Bible, and when I'm ever in trouble, Psalm 91:1 is my spiritual 911. That's for our Bible believing friends here. So let's take a look at our card. Absolutely. Pile 3, bless your heart. This call is equalized for you, beginning and ending with Archangel Michael. This is our first card, remember who you are, and our final card, go forward fearlessly. Thank you for walking with me every step of the way, for holding my hand, giving me confidence and courage, and guiding my thoughts and actions in the direction of love and my true life's purpose. Pile 3, I hold great compassion for you. I know this has been a hard transition, but humor is going to really help you. I look at this joy on this face of representing to me your loved one, and they want for you to be at ease, to understand who you are as a spirit, and to process through this, okay? So you can watch when I do post. I'm going to put the timestamps, and also there's resources that you can use today, won't cost you anything, where you can start to work on this. If you have any questions, if some of this got your attention and you want to reach out to me, my information is in the description box, and you can certainly email me. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have, okay? The email address, if you have a pencil, is tarotinfo@gmail.com, and I would love to, I'm just going to leave that right there, and I would love to hear from you. So thank you so much, my friends, for being here for our readings today, and we will see you tomorrow for another live. And I just wish you the best on this beautiful Sunday. Okay? Go forth and prosper, my dear, dear friends.